In the heart of the Middle Ages, an invention emerged that would fundamentally reshape human civilization, not on the battlefield, but in the quiet corridors of monasteries and the growing towers of European cities. This was the mechanical clock. Before its invention, time was a fluid concept, measured by the unreliable movement of shadows on sundials, the draining of water in clepsydras, or the burning of marked candles. Life was governed by the natural rhythms of the sun and the seasons. But in the early 14th century, likely in a monastery in northern Italy or England, an unknown engineer or blacksmith made a breakthrough. They created a device powered by falling weights, regulated by a mechanism called the verge escapement, a swinging foliot that allowed the energy to be released in measured, regular ticks and tocks. This was not born of a desire for personal convenience, but from a need for order. Monastic communities, whose daily lives were built around the 7 canonical hours of prayer, required a more reliable way to call the faithful to devotion, especially through the night and on cloudy days. The first mechanical clocks were monumental iron machines installed in church towers, their primary function to strike a bell. On the hour, they had no faces or hands. Their purpose was to hear, not to see. The impact of this invention rippled far beyond the monastery walls. As these clocks spread to public squares in cities like Paris, Strasbourg, and Prague, they began to regiment public life. The equal, artificial hour began to replace the natural, unequal temporal hours that changed in length. With the seasons, the clock allowed for the synchronization of urban affairs. It dictated the opening and closing of market gates, the start and end of the workday for artisans, and the assembly of town councils. For the first time could be owned, measured, and sold. It became the invisible framework for commerce, bureaucracy, and scientific thought. This new concept of time was a prerequisite for the later revolutions to come. The precise timing of experiments helped birth the scientific revolution. The scheduling of shifts enabled the Industrial Revolution. The clock created a new worldview, one where the universe could be imagined as a great mechanical device governed by predictable laws. It was a quiet invention, built from iron and ingenuity, that ended up teaching humanity a new way to live by the tick of a machine.